These are the chassis dimension. Unladen weight, total unladen weight is 1.95 ton and total GVW is 2.625 ton is there. The front track is 496 and rear track is 490 and ground clearances is 180 millimeter and turning circle dia of the vehicle is 5.25 meters and wheelbase is 2.5 meters. So now I am going to discuss about suspension system configuration. This is the snapshot of the front suspension view. It is double wishbone with coil spring suspension and the ARB is mounted at the anti-roll bar. And rear, this is the rear suspension view. It is a rigid axle with parabolic leaf spring. There are certain demands of sportsability vehicle from the suspension system. That is, it should reduce the low frequency motion of the sprung masses, that is bouncing, rolling, pitching around 1 Hz to avoid coupling between suspension resonance and chassis vibration. It should reduce the roll of the body. It should increase the cornering stability and braking stability. And it should reduce the force at the steering wheel. And then it should reduce the loading variations between one driver and total full load. And it should give more wheel travel and should increase the ground clearance. These are the demands from the suspension system. So our suspension system configuration is like this. Our ride frequency is 1.5 Hz at the front and 1.6 Hz at the rear. Our unladen bump travel is 45 mm at front and 84 mm at the rear. Roll center height is 26 mm at the front and rear is 242 mm. CG is 725 mm from the ground. ARB dia, this is the main scope of our project is. ARB dia is 32 mm dia at front and 22 mm at the rear. ARB stiffness at the component level is 177 and 26 at the rear. ARB effectiveness at the wheels is only 24 kg per degree on the front and 13 kg at the rear. So total roll stiffness of the vehicle is 97 at the front and 61 at the rear. Out of that, only 16.5% is ARB contributing in the front roll stiffness and 16.4% is contributing at the rear roll stiffness. So in this slide, this is measured and calculated roll gradient. It is there. The measured is 9.04 degrees per G against our calculated 8.95 degrees per G. So we did the subjective appraisal. In this, we have considered the 3 benchmark vehicles which is highly selling in our region against our grant. So customer perception is that our vehicle roll is high and then impact harshness is high during the off-road applications, and then cornering feel at the hilly regions is poor. So this is the problem statement. Roll of the vehicle is high when compared to the benchmark vehicle. Ride is harsh, pitching and poor cornering feel at the hilly regions. In this project I am mainly concentrating only roll of the vehicle is high. For this only we have proved our concept. Remaining also we have covered, but it is supplementary. So the concept evolution to reduce the roll gradient of the vehicle. So because we planned, our management decided to launch the vehicle within 2 years, that is in 2009 third quarter. So our roll gradient of the vehicle is to be reduced without changing the hot points. This is our constraint, without changing the hot points. So what are the only options are evaluated with? Increase the front roll stiffness or increase the rear roll stiffness. And if our roll center height is 26 mm at the front, but if you are going to increase it means up to 150 we can go ahead, but again we want to change the hot points. So that option is we have eliminated. When we are go for the rear roll stiffness, when we are doing the cornering around 50 km per hour and around 40 meter radius, the vehicle is becoming unstable. So means unstable means it's going on oversteer path. So our option only, because we don't want to touch to increase the rear roll stiffness. If you are going to increase the rear roll stiffness means then the vehicle will become unstable. For that we did small experiment. When now the rear anti-roll bar dia at the rear is 22 mm dia. When we have increased to 24 mm dia, the vehicle is become oversteer and it becomes unstable also. So only option left is to increase the front roll stiffness. So these are the design options to increase the front roll stiffness is increase the spring stiffness, increase the diameter of the ARB, increase the spring track or change the geometry of the ARB. if you are going to increase the spring stiffness, ultimately we will lose our ride comfort. Already we are having 1.5 hertz ride frequency is there. So this option is we have eliminated. When we are increasing the diameter of the ARB, ultimately it will increase the weight, but the effectiveness of the ARB at the wheel end is very poor. Even though when we are increasing more dia also, but the effectiveness it will be very less. So that option also eliminated. But when we increase the spring track, means again it will increase the roll stiffness, but it is packaging constraint is there. So it will leads to hot point changes there. So this option also we have eliminated. And again only option left is with change the geometry of the ARB. So now the existing ARB details is like this. It is mounted on the wishbone. It is having only single degree of freedom. One is up and down, that is vertical up and down motion is there, and end link is conventional bush type is there, and its effectiveness is less, only 16% of its total roll stiffness, total front roll stiffness is there. These are the existing ARB movement in different conditions. This is unladen straight head, unladen full inner turn, bump straight head, bump full inner turn. See, only this motion is here only. Because this you can see, this wheel end is here and the ARB is mounted here. Only 30% of the motion is there in the ARB. This is the clip. In this we have considered conditions like this: full bump off turn and off bump full turn, and off rebound full turn, and then full bump, full rebound off turn. So you can see this total 180 mm travel at the wheel end is there, but only you can see the motion of the ARB is very less. Only 30% we can see in this movement, which one this end is only moving only 30%. So the concept finalization like this: relocation of the, see, when we are going to increase the ARB from in ARB motion ratio, we have to move this ARB towards this end. But the problem is like this: this is the rotated front view and this is the top view of the vehicle. So when we are going towards this end, means this packaging clearance is the criticality constraint is that only 15 mm is available between the tire wheel end of clearance and the wishbone. So passing this ARB towards this zone is very difficult due to this packaging constraint. So again, when we have taken this ARB and we put it in the stub axle, means there will be two motion. One is the rotation motion of the steering, and then again one is full bump and rebound. So when we try to put it on the stub axle, what it has happened means the articulation of the ball joint is going more and we can't package, and the steering force also is coming for the ball joint is more. So we can't package that ARB at the stub axle. So we have optimized this location. Only we have noticed that when the tire is rotating along the KP axis is the imaginary axis which is passing from the top ball joint to the bottom ball joint. So when we put the ARB on the KP axis, means we can reduce the steering motion, because this ARB can rotate 360 degree on its axis itself. So that option we have finalized further. So joining the ARB in the stub axle, which has 2 degrees of the freedom, one is vertical motion up and down and the rotational movement along the KP axis. So we have optimized that mounting the location of the ARB on the stub axle along the KP inclination. For that, the new design of the ball joint we have did it. Okay. This is the new anti-roll bar ball joint. When you put it at the, this is